Everyone, my name is David. I'm a Coke Play Frontier from the Genesis Group. Just want to give you guys a market update. So remember last video I did say that I expect a pop coming soon, going up or down. Well, we did have that pop. And I also mentioned that if we have a green candle, right, depending on where it breaks up, we'll probably have the likelihood of it going up is more likely. And that's what we had. We had a green candle. um, so we did have our pop. Nothing special. That was expected. And if you look at KOK-COIN, just check out the last video. I said KOK-COIN should have a move up, right? Just looking at the charts, it could happen in a matter of days, because I made that video on Sunday to a couple weeks. Well, you're having your move up. Now, will it break that? I'll call it purple. That purple line, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine it should reach that purple line, though. Maybe have a nice little break up. But anyway, so we had our pop. You could have a decent size move up. How much, I don't know. And what caused it is Jerome Powell. He's saying that in the next FOMC meeting in December, they might not have a 75 basis point interest rate hike, but maybe a 50 basis point interest rate hike. And so the market just took that as really good news. And, prices are going up for stocks, cryptos, precious metals, all of that. But if you really listen to what Jerome Powell says, is he's going to slow down the rate in which he's going to raise interest rates. But that doesn't mean that he's not hawkish in the long term, as of he's going to keep raising rates just at a slower pace, but he's going to continue to raise rates until he gets the job done of lowering inflation. And all that does is it just means it'll take him a longer time to raise rates at the level that he needs to raise it to lower interest rates, or lower inflation. And so that's still going to smash the economy. That's still going to smash the stock market, the crypto market, the housing market. And I was talking about the housing market before in the past. I don't care if you live in the States, you live in Korea, where I live at, the housing market is going to take a hit. Because normally what it is people will sell their stocks and their cryptos and whatever before they sell their homes, because they need a home to live in. And so you see, from the bear market, how much all these assets have been going down. And now you're going to, depending on where you live in the States or in Korea, you see that housing prices have gone down. Now what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of stores having to close, right? And you see it, like I said, it all depends where you live. You definitely see it in Korea. And so US, just look at here, US retail stores, can't pay rent. Now, a third, here, look at this. Okay, this was back in May. This was just in May. A third of small retailers can't pay rent as financial struggles spike again. You see it in June. The next big problem for the economy. Businesses can't pay their rent. October, a third of U.S. small businesses can't pay their rent. Well, don't worry, that problem's happening in Korea as well. Now, you got to think, out of the third, a good percentage of those people are home owners. They got to pay mortgages on their house. and interest rates went up unless they have fixed interest rate when they got their mortgage, right? When they got their loan. Now what's going to happen is they can't even pay rent, but their mortgage bills went up because interest rates went up. Well, they're no longer going to be able to pay their mortgage for their homes. And so you're going to have this period of time where you're going to just have a lot of sellers, home sellers in the market. But you're not going to have the buyers because the interest rates are so high to buy a home. And so them home prices will be forced to go down until it goes down to the point where people can afford to buy the homes with the interest rates being so high. And so that's what's going to crush the housing market, because what sets the price in anything is between sellers and buyers. Sellers and buyers set the price. Okay, just look at KOK-COINs. It started out at 25 cents, if I recall. But it doesn't matter if it started out at 25 cents. Look at it now, it went down to 8 cents. Why? Because what sets the price? The price is set between sellers and buyers. And so housing market is going to get smashed. And, it's just, in the long run, even with the asset prices, it's still, in the long run, I still see it going down, but we did have to pop up. I don't know how long it's going to last. I got to just look at the charts later and see. And so I'm just, in my opinion, why did it move up? Because Jerome Powell said that he's not going to raise the interest rates or spike up the interest rates at the rate that he was doing previously. He's going to slow it down, but that doesn't mean he's going to pivot. That doesn't mean that he's going to give up on his plan of lowering inflation. Because you have to understand, these interest rates hikes takes like over 6 months to really hit the economy. It takes time. Right? And you can see it because it took time for people to spend less money at the stores, because now they're trying to save their money. And it takes time then for the people who own these stores, small businesses, to start struggling to pay rent, struggling to pay mortgages as interest rates go up. Which means it takes time for these stores to start closing down, and for homeowners of these stores to start selling their homes, and for big businesses to start firing people. Remember, these interest rate hikes happened earlier in the year, but you can start seeing the hard effects of it now. So even the previous 75 basis point interest rate hike hasn't hit the economy yet, but it will. So all of that takes time. It takes over 6 months, maybe even like a year, to really fully affect the economy. And so that's why he's slowing down the rate that he's going to raise the interest rates. However, his main focus is lowering inflation. And the reason why he wants to lower inflation is because the average worker in America, they're probably just like minimum wage workers. Or his focus is so the minimum wage worker, the person who's actually willing to work, can survive. So if inflation is high, then the person with high salaries can survive even with the inflation going high. But the lower income people who are willing to work, but they just can't find a good job, but they want to work, they're willing to work, can't survive on minimum wage with high inflation. Well, if you lower the inflation back down to 2%, then minimum wage workers, hoping that in some states or whatever, minimum wage would possibly go up to battle inflation, but yet they'll be able to bring down inflation down to 2%, then yeah, those minimum wage, lower wage income earners can survive with their paychecks. And that's why you want to lower inflation. Is so even the willing, hardworking person that doesn't have a high salary can still survive off their income, because they can't survive off their income right now with these inflation rates. Because we all know that inflation is way more than whatever the bullshit inflation numbers they give us. We all know this. You just go to a grocery store, you go pay for gas, you pay for your heating bills, all of that. You know is more. You know is above 10-15%. And so in order for lower income people to survive, they need to bring down inflation rates, right? Now, if you're not willing to work and you're just trying to get all these handouts, well, it doesn't matter what the inflation rate is to you. You're just trying to suck off taxpayers, right? And so, and not to put a diss on those people or whatever, but that's what Jerome Powell needs. I think that's his main focus is, bring down inflation, so even the lower income worker can survive with their paycheck. And so that's what that's about. All right, everyone, I got to get going, got to get to work. Praying for all of you in Jesus Christ's name. God bless all of you. Please be spiritually, mentally, and physically healthy. Surround yourself with the right people. Get right with God. You want to, exercise, eat healthy. Like I said, the economy, in my opinion, and I've been saying this for years now, that the economy will continue to get worse. Considering what I just said, I still expect the economy to continue to get worse. So if you can work. You get the opportunity. It's better to work than not work. It's just my opinion. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I am telling you what I'm doing, and or what I think will happen. I give y'all reasons why. All right, everyone. God bless. KOK-COIN.